So here is a brief video on the new features and functionality in Orchestrate 3.0. Now, a lot of this will probably be a review for you if you've been using Orchestrate for a while. The first thing that we're going to go over are the controls, and that is you must have a mouse if you're going to use Orchestrate. Otherwise, it's just going to make it very difficult. So to rotate the models, you're going to simply right-click and hold, and that will allow you to rotate the model. The mouse wheel allows you to zoom in and zoom out. Right-click, hold, left-click, hold. That allows you to move the model bodily across the screen like this. These icons up here will turn the model on and off. And we also have the preset views up here just by clicking on these boxes, and that will move the teeth to these preset views. Okay, so hopping right into the tooth movement. To start, you're going to simply click on Add Setup. And now we've broken it out so you can treat the upper and lower jaws independently. So we're going to first select the upper jaw, click on OK, then simply click on the staging tool and click on the tooth that you'd like to start moving. Now, you can move the teeth a number of different ways. The first would be to use these buttons up here. So each time I click on facial, it's going to move the tooth exactly 0.1 millimeters facial. This is adjustable as well, so you can change that to really whatever value you would like. We have made the gyroscope interactive, so if you click on the gyroscope here, it will move the tooth exactly 0.15 millimeters in that direction, or same thing in this direction. If you want to go the opposite direction, hold down the shift key and that will move it in the opposite direction. And same thing with rotational directions too. If you click on the gyroscope, it will move the tooth in exactly 2 degrees in whatever direction you are, or whichever portion of the gyroscope you are clicking on. The gyroscope is also customizable, so you can shrink or make any feature of the gyroscope disappear or appear however you would like. Okay. Now, we've also built in a grouped tooth movement. So, for example, if you'd like to do some expansion, you can simply hold down the Control key, and that will allow you to highlight multiple teeth. And then by clicking on facial, that will allow you to expand all the teeth out with each click 0.15 millimeters. Then to remove the gyroscope, just double click anywhere on the side of the screen, and then that will make the gyroscope disappear. Then you can go back and select individual teeth. So I'm just going to real quickly move these teeth to where I'd like them to go, or create the ideal setup or the ideal tooth positions. Okay, so let's just assume now that these teeth are in the ideal positions. Now the next step is to click on OK. And now the software is calculating those distances as well as morphing the gingiva here. And depending on the speed of your computer, it may take 30 seconds or so for that to happen. Okay, so now you can see here that the gingiva has morphed, and you can click from the beginning to the ideal setup. And then over here is our tooth movement chart that measures exactly how far the teeth have moved from setup 0 to the ideal setup. Okay. Then from here, we're going to determine the number of intervals we'd like to have the software create for us. And you can also, simply by clicking on the software, highlights in yellow the largest displacement. So, and if you're curious as to which tooth that is, you'd simply click on the column here, and the software will automatically highlight in blue which tooth that is actually been moved the furthest. Okay, or any tooth for that matter. You can click on any tooth over here on the chart, and it will highlight in blue on the model which tooth that is. Okay, so then the next step is going to be to create the intervals. So you're going to click on Create Interval. And then this is for the upper jaw, so we're going to click on OK. And then this is where you'd enter in however many desired numbers of intervals you would like. So for this case, we'll just keep it easy, and we'll do 4. Okay, and depending on your computer, it might take I'd say probably a minute or so for the software to create those intervals. And then you can cycle through the intervals here on the upper right just by clicking on these arrow keys. So this would be 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So now we're going to go briefly into the shape tool. So this is where you can go in and add any shape that you like to the tooth. We have a library of different shapes here to choose from. For the demo here, I will just use the mound shape. So select the mound shape, simply click on the tooth, then that will open up the gyroscope, and you can resize and reshape this however you'd like. You can submerge and extrude this really to whatever parameters that you would like. Then just double click anywhere outside of the model, and that will allow you to visualize it. Then if you want to adjust it further, you just simply click on it again. Now if you want to add an attachment to another tooth, you would just simply click on whichever tooth you want to add the attachment to, and the attachment would simply appear. If you'd like to remove the attachments, you'd simply click on remove, click on the attachment, and click on the attachment, and then click OK. We now have an IPR tool. And the IPR tool is very easy to use. You simply click on IPR, then you would customize really whatever thickness you wanted the IPR tool to be. So for the demo, I'm going to make that 0.5 millimeters so you can see very well how it works. And then now you're going to simply click on the tooth that you'd like to perform the IPR. So we'll click on the lateral incisor. That brings up the target here, or the crosshairs, and you're just going to click off of the tooth somewhere and then drag it across where you want the IPR to be executed. So we'll just click it right here. You can see it will only remove the tooth that you actually selected. It'll only remove the enamel from the tooth that you selected, and it'll be in the width that you selected up there. I'm going to go ahead and undo, and then click on OK. So the last thing here is going to be to show you how to delete setups. Over here, we have in the model tree, we have this broken down to, you can break out different visualizations. So you could actually turn the gums off if you want. So if you want to see just the teeth, you could turn the teeth off if you'd like. You can turn off individual teeth. So just by clicking the check marks here, you can turn off, just certain teeth. And if you want to compare beginning or different setups, you can check on these boxes here, and that will show you the different setups. If you'd like to delete a setup, you'd simply click on delete setup, and then go down and select the setup and click, and it will delete it for you. Okay, so again, this is just should be considered just a brief introductory video. There is a training module that goes into more depth on several cases and some of these features and functionality. So thank you very much.